This year's annual report is actually the second one we've done. We started that last year, and this year we produced the annual report in time for our annual customer conference, which this year is here at the Oval Cricket Ground in London, which is a fantastic venue. And really what I wanted to do in the annual report was pick up a much more positive theme. What we're trying to do in there is show that despite all the doom and gloom of the last few years, we feel very positive now. We feel that the market has picked up. We feel that we've weathered the storm. We feel that many of our customers have weathered the storm. And in fact, as is shown in the annual report, we've actually increased our investment in product development over the last 3 years, year on year, and also in our professional services staff. So in other words, the staff that deliver our products and services to customers. So both those areas have increased in numbers over the last 3 years, and I think that's a very positive indicator that we're coming out of the recession very strongly and anxious to go forward. So really the annual report is a financial statement aimed at showing our customers and the marketplace in general that we are still a very healthy company and a very major player in this marketplace. Strategically, looking at the year ahead, it's more of the same. With a company like ours, we don't really do anything different year on year other than what we add to the products in terms of new functionality and new technology. So very much this year, from a strategic point of view, we will be doing that. We look at what the market requires, we look at the new technology that's coming into the marketplace, we look at what our customers are asking us for, and increasingly now, as we become more and more international, we look at what those international markets need. What are those requirements that are different from the UK market and how they can be built into the products. So strategically, we look to improve our existing products, and we're also looking to add new products to our range. This year we have a good partnership with a company, Accordant, which has a space management, a graphical space management module, and that's a major addition to the breadth of functionality. We recently did some market research, a formal piece of market research, which is a little bit unusual for us. We did that in conjunction with Property Week, and it was specifically to look at the impact of new technology, and particularly the new mobile technology, tablets and smartphones and the like, and the impact of those and the usage of those within the property industry, and see what sort of take-up there is in the property industry, both in its own right and also in relation to other industries that perhaps sometimes adopt some of those technologies quicker than that. So that was what we did really, to almost to verify what our own thoughts were and to quantify the impact that was going to have in the property industry. The results of the white paper were actually very interesting. The salient points were, first of all, that most people in the survey actually have much better technology at home than they do in the workspace. So that, I would imagine, is referring to the use of smartphones, the use of tablets and so on. And for myself, it reminds me very much of the transition in days gone by from dumb terminals to PCs. The most IBM PCs, as they were called then, but the first personal computers that people had were at home. And it was the intelligence that was on them and the scope for greater productivity that delivered that became a demand from the workforce that they wanted similar technology in the workplace, and that obviously is now a given. This reminds me very much of that people first of all look at these new devices, they see how useful they are, they see how productive they become, and they use them at home and then want to use them at work. That's really quite interesting, and it will become even more interesting as the newer workforce comes into the organisations. The newer workforce that has been brought up on such technology, that's been brought up playing Nintendo games. Super Mario was actually 25 last year, which is an interesting fact. And these people are so used to technology, and they're so used to intuitive technology that they can use straight out of the box, that they will expect that in the workplace. And our mission, if you like, as software suppliers is to make sure that our products and services will enable them to use those sorts of productivity tools in the workplace as usefully as they do in their home lives. It's great actually to see so many of our customers attending the conference here at the Oval. There's well over 350 here today, which is fantastic, a record attendance. And I think the gains are self-evident to our customers, and that's why the attendance improves every year. First of all, they get to see these new things. They get to see live demonstrations of all our new versions of all our software products by the developers, by the people that develop the software, so they're able to interface directly with those technologists who are producing the software that they use. So that's the first thing. The second thing, we actually have more interactive breakout sessions where they're encouraged to have a two-way dialogue with the developers and with the professional services staff who are running those sessions. So that's a second benefit. The third benefit, and I think probably one of the main ones, is to actually interact with each other. They get the chance to interact with other users of the software, they get the chance to share experiences, they can ask their account managers, does anybody else use this sort of thing, does anybody else have this sort of problem, and they can share those experiences. And really that, to me, like many of these events, is probably the most valuable benefit of all, just communicating with other users within the user community.